Thank you. So before just going to the solution, just want to introduce myself and my company. My name is Rajiv Ravindranath. I'm a principal consultant. And 10xTS is a new age digital transformation company focused on automation, analytics, AI, and cybersecurity. So this is what we do for the customers. So what's the problem which we are trying to address now? Since CBB issued the letter to adhere with the strengthened SLAs, the banking customers has got trouble to adhere with SLAs. So that's one. Second one, their experience is diluted. Third, increased cost. They have to add multiple people into the team to address this again with the errors and delays and all. And due to the traditional approach, there is a touch point with people, process, technology, and that makes the process very complex. So who are impacted? Of course, the regulators has a pressure from the bank that they are not meeting the SLAs. Because of that, central bank cannot give it back to the Ministry of Justice. The major financial institutions who has got to comply with SLA, smaller ones as well. We are considering the investment banking customers and all who are also impacted. Then other customers, the bank's customers who are basically the time to unblock and all is affecting them. So there's a macro segment and micro segment is impacted in this problem. So what's our solution? Our solution is platform independent. So the automation platforms which we are working with, we build the solution is with UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, and Microsoft. And these are the major ones in the market if you look at the Gartner or Forrester's quadrant. And majority of the banks has got any of these solutions available. The Microsoft is specific because now they are offering it as an IaaS automation platform. So especially the investment banks and all who has small setup who came to us and said, no, we don't want to invest on a heavy platform. We don't have that much of process candidate to automate. Microsoft is right solution. They are on M365, and it's just a matter of adding some licenses. So we are completely platform independent. We are incompatible with all this core banking systems, and whether it is a API exposed, whether it is a automation using web, or some of the banks don't want us to touch on the core, so we use the middleware for that. So all these are compatible with, and it's a enterprise to enterprise business rule platform. It has got inquiry, blocking, inheritance, unblocking, overblocking logic embedded. And even when we started deploying it a year back, our customers has got around 72% success rate, and other 28% is required to handle it manually. But over 30 to 45 days time, we managed to build that, hold the rules, and making sure that 100% automated without any exceptions. So that's even, we are handling the complex logic other than what mentioned here. For example, a customer has got 2 accounts with multi-currency. The platform has got the rules to address that as well. Now, coming back to the security and scalability, it's a matter of adding licenses to scalable in the sense, tomorrow CBB is issuing 2,000 requests a day. They can just need to increase 1 license or 2 licenses. And it has got a complete audit trail. You can see the analytics of it, meaning how many blocked, how many unblocked, what is inheritance. So all these things are there, and what is the stage it is. For example, at 11 o'clock, have we processed this many requests, and will it be possible to complete within the day? So this is something that available and works 24/7. On top of that, since we touched upon cloud platform also, it is in compliance with CBB's cloud regulations or whatever the rule book says. It's compliance with PCI DSS and the data security standards like PDPL, GDPR, etc. So I'm going to solution walkthrough. I'm just telling you what is exactly happening. So first, the solution will download the request. Then it will identify the business scenario. The 5 of them are mentioned. Then it goes to CBS core banking system either through an API or through a web interface or through middleware, and then posting the response to CBB site after the operations, and then internal reporting, which is analytics solution, which we talked about. I have a quick video, 40-second video. I'll just play it. It is actually, this is completely automated. There is no manual intervention, and this says, and it is using API. It is interacting with the core banking system. So you may not say the core banking system screens, but other operations are here. It's all completely automated and scheduled. total time taking here is 1/10 of actually a person does this. So here the technology is relevant. We are technology independent. So whatever solution the bank has got.
Sorry, Rajiv, but I have to interrupt you. Sorry, your 5 minutes are up. Thank you so much. I'll leave the floor for the judges. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay, did you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, just, a question about, that your solutions, it is like working 24/7. What about, like real time during the weekend? And you mentioned about inheritance, how you are going to, like implement the order regarding this issue.
So currently we have implemented it in multiple banks in Bahrain and in some banks in Saudi for the Samanet process.
Which bank in Bahrain?
Unfortunately, I can give it to you later because we have a strict NDA with them.
How many banks?
A couple of them are currently in production, and two are. It's actually we are doing it for a couple of them too. They have signed the contract. We are doing it.
Okay, it is like retail banks, wholesale banks.
Retail banks, Islamic retail.
Okay, okay. And how many years you are dealing with them, or like working with them?
In this technology stacks, all these banks which we are connected now, are around 6 of them. We are working closely from 2016 onwards on multiple projects. This one is in production last year for the first bank, and that's where I told we started with 72% success rate, 28% still exceptions, and over a period of time we managed to have all the 100. Reach out to the 100% success rate based on the rules reset and all.
And the system is working.
Yes, it's in production.
Is there any challenges?
Currently, no challenges, no manual intervention. It's all scheduled. So every day, earlier it was like there's a maker checker. Now the bank is avoided maker checker also. So every day it's scheduled at I think 9 o'clock in the morning and then 12 in the afternoon. So the solution will go and check the CBB site whether anything is published. But now it's going to be 24/7. So every interval it will go and check.
Okay. Okay. Thank you from my side.
Anyone else from the judges? Abdulaziz, Yasmin, Nabil, all good?
I just
yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just would like to ask about how the deployment for that solution will be done. Is it only on a prem, or do you have it in a cloud, or?
So it's completely platform independent. So some of the clients has got some of the platforms here we mentioned, and we have got solution in all these platforms. So whether somebody's want to have a cloud which is on Microsoft, especially the non-retail segment, investment bank, they're actually not ready to invest on a solution as such because they don't want to spend high amount. So Microsoft solution is kind of we are talking about a few $100. Where pay as you go, and then our solution will fit on top of that. It's just a plug and then do some configuration. That's all. So it can be cloud, it can be on-prem, it can be both. So it's all how you want. What the security standard you follow. Most of the banks are now open for cloud as well. So pretty much it's flexible, and which solution you choose, because most of the banks are already choosing their automation platform. We don't want to limit themselves or reinvest on the other platform. So whatever they invested currently on the technology, this works and this seamlessly integrate with any of the core banking as well.
So just to follow up on Abdulaziz's question, so what we understand is that it's going to be technology agnostic in the sense that the RPA solution can differ from bank to bank depending on the bank's preference?
Absolutely. So if they invested on any of these platforms, we already developed this. So the banks which we are talking about, the 4 banks, each one of them, or say 3 of them, are using 3 different platforms. So we already developed for them, and the solution is available. And this is like basically CBB part, it's already done. The CBB site is not going to change. It's the same thing. The other core banking part, whether they are using API, are they using middleware, or are they want a screen-wise automation? It's only that area where we have some configuration required. So you're talking about days and weeks, not months, for the complete full production implementation.
Yes, I had a question on that. You said you have already in production this solution, so I wanted to know the efficiency of that. So how fast is it compared to?
If we have an analytics dashboard for that, which shows how it is handled. So when we compare it 1/10th of the manually processing time which the bot takes. So that's 1/10th, and accuracy, as I said, when I started, it's 32%. I'm sorry, 72%. Other 28% always comes as exception because of the CR numbers are not properly good, or there are multiple accounts with the bank, or there are multiple scenarios which are not really listed in the 5 scenarios which is there. So we actually managed to capture all these business scenarios and then do the reconfiguration or add the rules into the engine, and finally we got completely automated.
Okay.
So currently, if you ask me, it's at 99.9% automation. Some days we used to get some kind of a request like the CR number comes with a dash or a slash or something like that. So only those are the current exception, which is small in number.
Okay. The second one is about encryption and security part. So what have you done for the data security?
So we are not storing any data in our solution. It's all with the bank itself, bank system itself. And only the credentials are stored in our solutions. And if you look at the solutions which we got here, this is something that tested, proven, like banks like Merrill and Lloyd and all earlier. So all these are tier 1 solutions, and which has got a complete security coverage here. And then if the bank don't want to store the credential here, again we have an option to integrate with their identity and access management solution. So major identity and access management solutions are supported by this platform. So platform is not at all storing any data, and it's all depends on the bank. Bank don't want to store the data, bank don't want to store the credentials, all will be on their control.
Okay. And in terms of other use cases, so when you say, is the solution scalable? Can it involve other use cases as well?
Absolutely. So we have done other use cases. So some of the compliance reports we are getting now, like statistical report, reservation reports, and all which you are getting from some of the banks are completely automated. So the reports are and PRI is something that we are trying to automate now, which is very complex. And IFRS 9 reporting, again, all these are candidates which we are currently engaged with.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have an office here in Bahrain?
Yes, so headquarters in Bahrain.
Number of staff here in Bahrain?
We got currently around 9 people in Bahrain.
Okay, and you said that you are some of these banks here in Bahrain. Are they subject to some of these penalties which imposed by the central bank regarding non-compliance or delays? Do you have any idea about it?
Can you come again, please?
Any what we call financial penalties. You are dealing with some banks here in Bahrain, okay?
Yes.
Who issue some like a warning and financial penalties, some of these banks. So are the banks you serve are subject to such penalties?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. And did you fix it?
We are fixing it. Say some of the things which are recently coming up with is a BCTS, which is the biggest headache for every bank because the auto approval thing. So BCTS is something that we are helping them. The other part is the check defaulters.
So what is the main problem with the banks you deal with?
Because the manager
or the common one.
So the manager has to approve every check by 1 o'clock in the cutoff period. If not, it's auto approved, right? So
it is not clear. I cannot hear you.
So the manager has to approve all the checks by 1 o'clock, the cutoff time, right?
Okay.
So mostly they are engaged and they do it at 12:45 or 12:55. And by that time, they couldn't get the time to validate hold the check.
Okay.
That's one. And then check defaulters reporting, which again, which I think recently introduced. So that also they feel like it's better to have it automated.
And all of these banks you serve are, the system is subject to human intervention or just like an.
Initially it's a maker checker, and once the bank got the confidence, it's completely automated. There is no human intervention. It's all scheduled.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So we have implementation in Saudi as well, same banking clients.
Sorry?
We have implementation related to SAMA in Saudi as well.
Okay, thank you so much.